heard him, felt him, saw him. God bless him. Welcome back to another episode of Goat-Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on the GOATs on this channel. If we're going to be talking about the GOATs, we got to talk about Elvis. Once again, do I know Elvis is the king of rock? Yes, I understand he's the king of rock and roll, but can I tell you one song? If I hear Elvis, I know it's him, but I can't tell you one song. I didn't really listen to Elvis. I didn't listen to him at all. The most Elvis I've ever had, the most dose of Elvis I've ever had is when the movie came out. I think it's called The King and I. I'm not sure if it was just called Elvis Presley or not, but Eminem had a song on the sound. It was a soundtrack for the album. It's called The King and I love that record. And I think he was sampling. I'm pretty sure he was sampling some type of Elvis song. So that's the closest I know to Elvis. Another one I know of Elvis.
Well, since my baby left him, well, he found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Jabroni Drive at the
Smackdown Hotel, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if he was, imitating Elvis or not, but I remember he used to have the sideburns and all that. So anyways, fast forward, here we are about to listen to the official one. It says it's live. I hope it's live. I want to hear how he sounds live. I never heard him live, never heard him sing. I've heard some songs in the radio. I know when it's him, I don't know if he's the one that goes king of rock, rock. All right, let me not embarrass myself. Anyway, let's get it. This is going to be Elvis Presley with If I Can Dream, 68 comeback special. So, okay. So run that thing back.
We're trapped in a world.
We're trapped in a world
That's trouble with pain.
that's troubled with pain. So relevant to. Let me get off my knees. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Dramatic. No, I'm not. This really got me in my feelings. I'm singing to the soul, from the soul to the soul. I hear you, brother. I feel you. Listen. Some of these lyrics, you know what I mean? This is the beauty about the 60s. This is the beauty right here. They take their pain, their life stories, and they sing it directly. They don't sugarcoat it. They release, they deal with it, and they want it to impact whatever the issue is in the music, whatever the real life issue that's happening. When they're singing to females, they're trying to win their baby back. Different kind of men were produced in the 60s and the 70s. Different kind of men, real men. You know what I mean? 50s as well. Like men who honored their wives, honored their family, protected their neighbors, protected their family, looked out for each other in the worst times. Imagine today, there's no real racism today. You know how crazy it was back then? And even in those times, people were coming together. I watched the movie on Elvis and it changed my entire perspective of everything I was taught. The hearsay about him. I couldn't believe how dope the movie was, right? And the way they told his life story, look, I don't know if they were being biased. It looked pretty honest. I saw some OGs, Little Richie, a bunch of OGs saying beautiful things about him. And Little Richie's the OG. If you guys know, he's the OG of the OGs. I saw an interview where he said he had the Beatles open up for him, Mick Jagger, you name it, Jimi Hendrix. He had all those people open up for him. Little Richie is really the real king. If I'm being, no disrespect to Elvis, but Little Richie's the king for real. And but he had nothing but beautiful. Not that I know, not that I know anything, but he had nothing but beautiful things to say about this man. So I'm gonna believe Little Richie. I believe him. But I just want to say that the magic about men in the 60s, or just artists period in the 60s, is that you can relate to, you can apply their message or certain lines in the song, and they were going to hit hard. They're going to strike a chord in you. They're going to hit hard. Right now, I'm thinking about the times that we're in politically and how we're all against each other and how they just want to remove God from everything. This is why we're so divided. We're so divided because they're trying to use politics. They want us to worship parties. They don't want us to be independent thinkers. They're scared of the independent thinkers. There's not enough of us, because if we all came together, we would realize there's only one in power. There's only one in power, and that is God. And God puts other kings in position. So right now, God has Trump in position. This is something we got to deal with. That's the man he chose to run this nation for whatever period of time. He's here twice now. So we gotta, instead of trying to like waste all our energy and hating one man, we need to come together, read the policies, see how they benefit us and how they don't, and then apply them to our lives. We can't be out here wasting energy away from our family, taking time away from your family to be in the streets, rallying about a purpose that you're not really knowledgeable on. Because now you're wasting good energy you could have put into something else. And I don't mean to get political, but it saddens me that we don't have people like this today. I don't know many artists that are like this today. I don't know if you guys know Ren. He is an artist from the UK. It's not about Ren, but he's a rapper, singer, instrumental. He plays every instrument there is. He is a beautiful person, and he's one of the few people who remind me of someone like Elvis or someone like the men of the 60s. And you guys should check him out. His name is Ren Gill, and he's from the UK, and he's one of one. I'm from being honest, he's one of one. But this is amazing. I just let that line right there struck a chord with me. Sorry, I'm ranting. Yeah, that struck a chord with me. That line he said with we're living in a troubled world, and yeah, that he had to sell his soul. I saw something him saying about selling his soul, and I know that might scare some people. Like, oh, he didn't sell his soul. That might scare some people. Like, listen, a lot of artists like to sell their souls, and it's not in the way that you're thinking. It's more so they become a slave to the machine, you know. And what he just said was, as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul. There's a reason why he said that line. It's because of what he's been through in his career up until this point. He understands how much he had to sacrifice. Sometimes selling the soul isn't always demonic or evil. Sometimes it's how much you shed, how much you bled, how much you sacrifice for your family and for yourself too, because we do it for selfish reasons as well, right? People get used to being glorified, the women, the drugs, everything. He's gotten into some mess, right? And at the end of the day, I think it's powerful what he's doing right now. Yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I'm amazed that this is live. I love the scenery. I love the stage. Simplistic, not too much going on, not too much distraction. Just the big red Elvis in the back, and him just standing there, red tie, white suit. Dapper Dan. This guy's doing it, man. This guy's doing it. I'm just gonna say thank you very much. Nah, shout out to Elvis, man. Yo, you the king, man. You the king, man. Lil Richie, I don't know, man. Lil Richie, you gonna have to fight for that crown. I gotta give it to Elvis for now. I gotta give it to Elvis, man. Not after that performance. I can't put nobody above Elvis after that performance. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with this mic. Anyways, that was amazing, man. That was Elvis Presley with If I Can Dream. My first true exposure to the real Elvis on stage live. I wanted to do a live one because I wanted him to really draw me in with who he was, not the studio works, not the special effects, not the editing, even though there wasn't much back then. I wanted to hear him. I heard him, felt him, saw him. God bless him.